Holy crap. What's up, everyone? I hope you're having a great day. Today for me has been really good. Just been, living and trying to live my best life. Actually, tonight, like 2 seconds ago, I've just been kind of struggling getting everything set up because normally I use this microphone right here. This is my Nessie microphone. It's a blue microphone. I got it from one of my friends. He gave it to me, and it sounds amazing when I use it. But here's the issue tonight. So I plugged it in, and there was no sound coming from it. And I was like, what is going on? And so I had to hook up my old Yeti microphone. Luckily, I still had that sitting next to me, so it wasn't that much of a deal. And then I got to YouTube, and everything was slow. And I was like, oh, crap. Oh, crap. But it's all right. We just got to smile on and keep going and living our best life. Because, that's all we can do, honestly. Just live our best lives. So got through that, and I'm recording a video now. Hopefully you can hear me. If not, that would be bad. And that would really suck if you can't hear me, because that would make me really sad, and that would just mean I put a bunch of effort into it, and yeah, you can't hear me. That was all a joke, of course. You couldn't hear anything I just said, so you'll never know what I said. But anyway, now let's talk about something real quick. I need some help from you guys. My little cousin, not the little one that was hanging, the little one that was hanging out the other weekend with, playing with, or week with, whatever. It's actually her older cousin. He's going to be turning 4 or 5 in October, and he's having a Halloween birthday party. So everyone's dressing up as their Halloween costume, and his favorite action figure is actually Spider-Man. So I'm going. Obviously, I love the kid, play with him so much. His name's Ford. He's so cute. I mean, oh my gosh, he's adorable. And so I'm going, but I need y'all's help trying to pick out a proper Halloween costume. So I'm trying to figure out, should I go as a dinosaur or should I go as the Green Goblin, his arch enemy? The reason I would go with Green Goblin is because I could chase him around and play with him as the Green Goblin. Or I could go as a dinosaur because that would just be freaking cool. But anyway, let me know what you guys think I should go as. It doesn't have to be one of those two. Comment down below what you think I should go as for my cousin's birthday. He's turning 4 or 5, so make it kid appropriate. And yeah, let me know what you think. Anyway, I'm still working on my book. I'm working on some other stuff as well. I'll be releasing all of that stuff soon, and you will be able to check it out. But today, we're going to be watching another SCP video. I like SCP. I love SCP. I think it's so cool. I kind of got into it, kind of read up on it, and was like, wow, this is really cool. Anyway, this one is going to be called SCP-3199, Humans Refuted SCP Animation. This is a Keter object, meaning it is hard to contain. So I'm very interested. It looks absolutely horrifying. So if you're scared of things easily, you might want to take a break. You might just want to pause it and really think about if you want to dive into this with me, which I hope you are. But anyway, let's get started and watch this video. It looks so entertaining. So what are we waiting for? We'll go ahead and start it in 3, 2, 1, go.
Is a sentient humanoid species of a currently unknown biological origin, though tissue samples suggest traces of domestic chicken and chimpanzee DNA.
Whoa, that is crazy.
3199 is hairless, stained with a thin layer of albumin, and stand at an average of 2.9 meters. A matured 3199 weighs around 780 kilograms, and a hatchling weighs at 360 kilograms.
I think that's a lot. I don't know kilograms, but I think that's a lot.
Appear dislocated and are capable of twisting approximately 340 degrees, presumably due to the nature of 3199's reproductive cycle. SCP-3199 is an opportunistic hunter, engaging with live subjects within a radius of 0.6 kilometers surrounding hatchlings that have not yet reached full adolescence. Its average speed is recorded at 25 kilometers per hour.
Dang,
Upon contact
with
humans or animal subjects, 3199 will kill them, liquefying their internal organs and bone structure. The cadaver is then given to the young and utilized as a form of nourishment.
Holy crap.
Instances of 3199 have been observed producing large eggs of an off-white coloration and rubbery appearance.
Okay.
These eggs will pass through its stomach, esophagus, and eventually extract via the mouth, followed by a highly corrosive red substance. SCP-3199 shows extreme distress throughout the entire process, with SCP's personnel describing the sound as not dissimilar to a scream. Presumably, due to a biologically ingrained method of avoiding extinction, SCP-3199 will always produce its eggs to fill all available space. This anomalous...
Okay. We gotta pause it right there, because this is a really weird SCP. I mean, it's part chicken, part chimpanzee. That thing looks absolutely terrifying. Just imagine like finding one out in the wild. Whew, I'd be like, what are you? What are you? But anyway, there's a lot of questions going on here. First, if it's like a chicken, why doesn't it lay the eggs like a chicken, which is through its rectum? Why does it have to spit it up? Like, that is just gross and weird, and I'm not sure what's going on in this video. Anyway, it's a very interesting SCP, so let's keep going. And apparently it tears people up and feeds it to their kids. Its kids. All right, let's keep going.
Property currently has no known limit, and as a result may pose an LK-class species transmutation scenario. Termination of 3199 can be performed with relative ease.
Well, that's good.
However,
You can kill it quickly.
Complete eradication is currently difficult, as all instances of 3199, regardless of age, will always carry one egg inside their stomach to ensure survival for at least one member of their species at all times.
Dang.
The eggs from 3199 have proven to be extremely resilient.
So, all right. So, real quick. So, I think the reason that it's in the Keter class, not because they can kill it so easily, it's because every time you do kill it, another one is formed. It's almost like, have you guys ever heard of something called a Hydra? It's where if you cut off one of their heads, a Hydra's head, it grows back 3 more. So it's kind of like in that situation where you kill one and another one comes back. Not 3 more, but another one comes back. But that's interesting. That's a very good way to sort of keep your species alive.
Experiments shows the egg sample lacking visible signs of damage. After subjection to extreme blunt force trauma, extensive pressure exceeding 180,000 psi,
Wow.
high precision blades, and even long-term acid exposure. Use of point-blank explosives was suggested, but never tested, because heat exposure has been determined to accelerate hatch rates, and
Dang.
thus detonation may run the risk of a containment breach. During the intense heat exposure experiment, an egg sample from 3199 was secured in a containment cell that gradually increased its temperature at an average rate of 7 degrees Celsius per minute. After approximately 9 minutes, the egg ruptured violently and produced a single hatchling.
Dang.
On-site personnel reacted swiftly, trying to recontain the newborn instance. However, the excessive internal temperature impacted the physical growth of the young instance,
Wow.
and it reached adolescence at an accelerated rate of 40 seconds. As a result,
Holy
it
crap.
produced 2 further instances of 3199. On-site security response was swift, and all 3 instances were detained. All future heat testing involving 3199 egg samples has been forbidden until further notice.
Okay, let me pause right there. Why would you forbid it if you know this is something that it helps it hatch faster and can do more experiments? Maybe if you heat it up too much, it dies. That's just a suggestion. Or maybe if you heat it up too much, it gets bigger than normal. I don't know. Either one. But I feel like experimenting would answer that question. That's just me. I'm a little bit of a mad scientist, but that's just me. Let's keep going.
In the liquid nitrogen bath experiment, an egg sample was submerged entirely in liquid nitrogen.
That's smart.
After approximately 45 minutes of exposure, SCP-3199 had reached negative 190 degrees Celsius.
Holy crap.
Following 2 hours of exposure, the egg sample was removed and placed under extreme pressure. As a result, hydraulic press peaked at pressures of around 9,000 psi. Cracks appeared 30 minutes into exposure, before the
Wow.
sample shattered.
Wow.
Egg fragments were collected and furthermore pressed into a fine pulp.
So you can
0
definitely
traces
destroy
of
the
albumin
eggs.
or yolk were located. Incineration of these remains proved successful at destroying the egg in its entirety. SCP-3199 was discovered in Ireland after
course it was in
reports of an
Ireland.
unidentified, bald creature
part Irish.
crying like a banshee from within a dense woodland resulted in the dispatching of MTF Omega-19. MTF Omega-19 arrived around 2100 hours. They were told that if they could not catch 3199, the next best thing would be snapping a frame or 2. Then the Foundation hooked them up with the best night vision hardware.
Pause.
An hour later, they found a shack made from scrap metal and wood. It looked a lot like an oversized chicken coop. The team then entered the shack. Suddenly, SCP-3199 jumped right at one of the personnel.
Holy crap.
They barely had time to react before it escaped from the corridor.
That is such a
They
weird
fired
looking
off
thing.
enough rounds to blow a chunk out of its chest. 3199 let out the most awful scream. Unfortunately, 2 personnel lost their lives during the
Jeez.
action. Their internal organs and jaws were almost entirely dissolved. During transportation back to Site 114, 3199 produced 2 more offspring. resulting
Wow.
in the deaths of another 6 personnel. On 2017, the Foundation did a thorough sweep of 3199's initial recovery location. It was performed to uncover any further information regarding their origin. Locals claimed that the small remote residence in question has been established in the woods for several years. Surface Team D029 managed to recover several items of interest, including 1 bag of assorted thread and needles, 3 chicken feather quills, 13 chicken carcasses with precise incisions located on the underbelly, neck, and thigh. Unbelievably, 6 of the carcasses had been plucked, with visible human teeth marks lining the bare areas seemingly at
That
random.
is weird.
The team also recovered several containers, including water bottles and Tupperware boxes, holding an unidentified watery paste. The paste
Ugh.
is deep brown in color, and when exposed to oxygen, it becomes viscous and hard. An A5 notebook, heavily scratched with human fingernails, was also found amongst the stuffs. The
Okay, so let me pause right there. You're telling me this chicken thing is also a human? What? What is going on? Or was it humans that were manipulating these chicken things? Chimpanzee things. This is weird. Let's keep
words
going.
"open when we are pure" are written on the front of the notebook.
That sounds
The
like a
notebook
cult.
itself consisted of 24 pages of standard lined paper written in non-anomalous black ink. 19 of these pages consisted of various cuboid patterns and crude, childlike illustrations vaguely resembling SCP-3199. On the remaining 5 pages, large lines of writing detail the diary of an unnamed individual. Most of what was written was found totally illegible. However, one extract dated in 1973 was written with
The
notably
70s,
higher
baby. That was
clarity.
crazy
End
times.
quote. If you're reading this, then lucky you. 1 millionth hour from not and it'll be fun. And the wonderful versatility of inferior human DNA will give
Wow.
birth to a new era. A stronger era. One where and food and water will be nothing but things of the past. As we make and make and make more for the better future. I really haven't...
Okay, so let me pause right there. I know it's still talking, but is this part of a cult? And are we diving into some cult stuff? Because that would be interesting. I've never heard of an SCP cult. I mean, I'm sure there exists, but never heard of it. Let's keep going.
much time. That's why I envy you so. You'll have all the time you need. Time will be on, and death will be life. New life changes lives and brings smiles like a freshness. New life will be a part of life from now on. The final page consisted of several ink blots, 13 instances of the word life in various sizes, and 2 instances of the words, "Didn't you want this?"
No, I didn't want this.
SCP-3199 was issued Keter classification on June 10th of 2017, following
wonder what I was
the
doing that
events
day.
of a containment breach. After the breaching incident, SCP-3199's original water containment method was disassembled and replaced with the current resin solution. Besides, Protocol 34-22-B poached will be carried out during the event of a breach. The following steps are the procedure of this protocol. On-site personnel with Level 1 security clearance or above initiate standard lockdown procedure and immediately move to Site 113, unless instructed otherwise. Site 114 is to be filled entirely with distilled water, treated with Class A sedatives. Then, Surface Team Tango 306-A will be notified and dispatched, and instructed to retrieve any instances of SCP-3199's eggs. Any living instances of 3199 will be terminated on site, and their remaining eggs will be collected. All egg samples are to be transported to temporary off-site containment. Site 114 will then be drained, and janitorial staff dispatched to thoroughly clean the area. Any personnel attempting to breach Site 114 before this inspection is complete will be apprehended and suspended accordingly.
Wait, so 114, does that house other SCPs? Are they going to be underwater? Can someone tell me that down below? Is that what's going to happen? Anyway, I was just wondering. I just care about all SCPs, man. All SCPs deserve respect. All right, let's keep going.
Some personnel have displayed skepticism regarding the necessity of this protocol. However, Dr. Watt believes that fluid is an excellent counter to 3199's anomalous reproductive properties. It appears to enter an inert state in the presence of liquid, regardless of thickness or clarity. There are 2 theories regarding this occurrence. First, SCP-3199's need for survival demands all of its attention to focus on not drowning. Second, SCP-3199 considers the liquid around it as full space, and as a result does not produce any egg when submerged. Before
So could you kill it while it was underwater? Can we do more experiments? That's all I'm asking.
we end this video, we are proud to present these incredibly sweet pieces of fan art.
Man, I wish I was good at
all
art.
of you.
I would draw
You can now
something.
send us your fan art, and we will be more than happy
Go
to
send
show
them
off
fan
your
art. The
best
link is
art
down
piece
below.
in our next video. Check out our description below on how
This is
to
an
submit.
interesting one. There's
I
a
hope
lot
you
of questions I
enjoyed
have,
today's
so
video.
let's talk
Which
about that.
SCP do you want to see in the next video, and why it is interesting? Let us know in the comment below. We will draw your story and share it with the world. Don't forget to click like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell. Please share it to your friends if you like this video. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video.
Good
Bye-bye.
video. Good video. All right. That was an interesting video. SCP-3199 is something out of a nightmare. I don't know if I would ever want to see one or interact with one. Is it a chicken? Is it a chimpanzee? I don't know. Who knows? But what do you guys think? Do you think they should do more experiments on it? And if so, what experiments should they do on it? I think there's a lot of different experiments. I think they quit the heat test too soon. I think if they did the heat test longer, they could have figured out more things about SCP-3199. So that's just a question. I don't know. I'm going to mention this at the end, but I've been thinking about starting to do some SCP story times. And if you guys have a story that you'd like me to read, I have a little bit of a following, so I feel like it could catch on, maybe quickly, maybe not. But let me know. Comment down below if you want me to do a story time about SCPs, and either I make up a story, you guys send me stories, either one. I don't care. You guys choose. So anyway, that was really fun. SCP-3199 was really cool. I can't wait to the next one, and I'll make sure to post another video next week. So make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.